Visitors to Veterans Park will notice a new addition to the landscape, a 10 by 20 meter deer exclosure located adjacent to the parking lot.
This deer exclosure represents one of about 7 different deer exclosures that Lake Metroparks maintains. The whole point is to be able to have an area that deer cannot get in, that we're able to then monitor the plant life inside versus the plant life outside, so we can get an index or a mark of what the impact of browse is on white-tailed deer, or by white-tailed deer, on that plant community.
The large enclosed area in plain view off Hopkins Road was chosen when a whole stand of mature trees were taken down by Hurricane Sandy.
We thought it was a perfect opportunity to establish a brand new deer exclosure, and one that, above all, would have a huge interpretive value. That is, a value to the public to be able to see, literally as soon as you leave your car, you'll notice this exclosure standing out.
The heavy population of deer at Veterans Park has resulted in the loss of plant life, which in turn affects all aspects of the natural environment.
If we start to eliminate the plant life, we'll probably see a related loss or a related decrease in the diversity of insect life and bird life and mammal life as it relates to this site.
Naturalists have seen firsthand the devastating effect that deer have had on the plant community.
We had monitored, within the last 15 to 20 years, the site for white trillium. We had records that showed us that there were over 1,000 white trillium on a small plot 10 by 10 feet. That site, within the last 2 to 3 years, has yielded no more than a dozen of those white trillium. So we know the impact is clear. The deer exclosure behind me will help us to kind of put that picture into a little better context for us, we hope.
Once deer wipe out a plant species that they prefer, such as the white trillium, they adapt their diets to include other similar plants.
In our over 8,000 acres of Lake Metroparks that we manage, we see it all the time. Myself and the staff of biologists and natural resource folks that we have are constantly noticing deer eating things that, quite frankly, or at least as the literature explains, they shouldn't be eating, but they do. And again, that speaks to their adaptability as a species.
Native wildflowers, shrubs, and even young saplings are critically depleted from the forested areas of Veterans Park, and it's these items that naturalists are hoping to see pop up inside the fenced-in deer exclosure. Deer management is essential in order to maintain the biodiversity of the area.
Overbrowse creates reduction in biodiversity and leads to less species being able to inhabit a site, to use a site actively. And as park visitors are able to wander the parks, we would hope that their list of birds, their list of insects, their list of anything that they happen to find interesting can be as robust as possible. But overabundant deer populations tend to contribute to a reduction in that total number of species that we find.
This spring, visit Veterans Park and watch for the reemergence of native plants, wildflowers, and saplings. It's a chance to look back at how the forest looked 15 to 20 years ago, and an opportunity to see how it can look again.